What's up, everybody? Yes, indeed, man. This OG is back. You guys already know what time it is with me. I don't talk about it, I stay about it. Well, anyways, people, today I want to announce, well, not so much announce, I want to ask you guys, as my audience, what do you think about doing an early live? Let's do a pre-run, trial run, whatever you want to call it. You know what I mean? Get one in, see how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Because I said I was gonna start doing lives once I reach that 10,000 mark, 10,000 subscribers. But what do you think, man? Let's pop in a surprise live and take it from there. See what's up. What you think? Get this YouTube yarda acquainted. Well, anyways, people. With that being said, man, I gotta remind people this is a fitness channel. If you want to get started in your fitness journey, shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Go check out my Instagram. My Instagram is highpowerfitness, high_power_fitness_. And before I go and explain to my audience what I do, I got to give a quick shout out to my channel members, man. Mandatory. My channel members, man, I really appreciate you guys, more than you know it. Eventually, you guys will become the moderators of the yarda. You'll start doing what you guys need to do. And gotta also give a shout out to my subscribers, my followers, and everybody that's been interacting with my channel. Man, I appreciate you guys very much. You guys keep me in the algorithm. Starting to pick up on this game around here, man, how it works. You know what I mean? So just bear with me. I'm a little slow because, like I said, I am a full-time online fitness coach, man. And with my program, my whole day is busy taking care of team members, potential clients, and past clients as well. Because on my program, man, once you sign up with me, you're always going to be a pretty much part of my team for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? As long as you want to be. I will always interact with you guys, even if you guys don't re-sign on, or you know what I mean, you guys just want to do it on your own. I'm cool with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I do with all of my team members and a lot of my ex-team members. We still keep in touch. They still reach out to me for advice, and I don't charge them. You know what I mean? That's just, I'm not gonna do that. Man, I look a little shiny today, huh? I just got done doing legs. Today was legs, people. Man, we ain't no joke, I tell you that right now, man. My legs, man, when I do legs, I go beast on it. I don't go heavy. It's just the type of exercises that I do are pretty strenuous, I guess you could say. They're pretty good, you know what I mean? It's a really good workout. I enjoy doing legs. And like I've said in the past, and I'm going to tell you guys today, you cannot build a motherfucking house on a straw, people. Hey, you know what I mean? I got to have some getaway sticks that could support this upper body of mine, And no, I'm not big, you know what I mean? I have that bedroom physique, baby. So if you want that bedroom physique, you already know what time it is, man. Shoot me that DM, High Power Fitness, or you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. I do have that blueprint to success, people, guaranteed to work. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, man. Come on. What more do you want? You know what I mean? Go check out my Instagram. Like I said, my Instagram is High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_. As a matter of fact, I think you could look on the description or something on my main page on my YouTube channel right here. That should be right there. Just hit it, it'll take you to my link. And right there on my link, man, I have, over when I first started doing my fitness journey, I went from fat to fit to ripped, I have over 2 years of workout material there. I have meals that you could run in yourself and get basic results. You know what I mean? Those are actual meals that I eat, not on a daily, but I do apply them to my lifestyle because those are meals that I enjoy, and those are meals that they've gotten me the results that I was chasing after. You know what I mean? They're guaranteed to work. You know what I mean? Eventually, yes, you will come to a plateau because they'll get you so much results, and then once you come to that plateau, that's when you need to take it to that next level. And that's when you need to reach out to a coach. That's when you need to put your motherfucking ego and pride to the side and ask for help, because if you don't understand the way this fitness stuff works, you're just going to be spinning your wheels. You're going to be beating your brain up, You're going to get discouraged. You're going to derail. You're going to take the easiest way out. You know what I mean? You're going to look for the path of less resistance. And we all know what happens when you do that. You get no results. You know what I'm saying? It's not a promising future when you take the path of less resistance. You know what I mean? On my program, man, you enjoy the process. You know what I mean? You trust the process and you get the results. And like I said, on my Instagram, you'll be able to see testimonials from people, from team members, non-team members. You'll be able to see transformations from some of my team members. That's one thing I do, and I very much follow, is respect. You know what I mean? Especially when it in general, you know what I mean? I respect everybody, but I respect the privacy of every last one of my team members, because on my team, I have a lot of people that are considered professional. They have professional careers, and they're very private about what they do. So I'm not going to put them out here what they do. You know what I mean? Never would I do that. Even though they have, amazing results and all that, I just can't do it because, they don't want to be advertised. So I have to respect that. You know what I mean? But if you're a person that's trying to grow your following and shit like that, sign up with me, get you some results. I'll push you out there. You know what I mean? I don't have a huge following, but I have a decent following. You know what I mean? I think I'm up there in I know I got over 10,000 followers, something like 17,000 or something like that. But, I could push you guys out there, and I have no problem doing that. I do that for all my team members. I know at the beginning, a lot of people were tagging me, and I can't repost a lot of the stuff, man, because I'm not for that. You know what I mean? The cause that a lot of people were pushing. And I'm not against it, but I'm not for it, because that's not what this channel is. I'm not about, promoting the party life. You know what I mean? I'm about promoting a healthy life. I'm trying to teach people to be prosperous in life. I'm trying to teach people how to break them limited beliefs. That's what my channel's about. And it also ends with the twist too, because I normally, talk a little bit about something when someone wants me to elaborate on something. You know what I mean? Especially somebody that's out here on YouTube telling a story, and I could relate to it. I'll elaborate on it and give you the way I see things. Especially when it comes from doing time behind them walls or just growing up in the hood. Everybody's experience is going to be different. So my experience will be different than a lot of people. There's a lot of my audiences, a lot of older homies. I see it, and then actually I have a lot of younger homies that I have an audience of youngsters that have old souls, man, because they fall underneath the same beliefs and morals that I do. You know what I mean? And that, man, I appreciate when I see people like that, because coming from my past, that's the way we was brought up, man. We was brought up to respect our elders. You know what I mean? And, we were brought up, to hold the door open for our elders, for our women, thank you, you're welcome, God bless you. You know what I mean? When people sneeze, you don't see that no more, man. It's sad to say, you know what I mean? It's like them old ways are like disappearing, man. It's sad to see. Hopefully that, it comes back around. It may not come back around during my time, but like they say, history repeats itself. So when it does, it'll come back new and improved, baby. You know what I'm saying? At least that's wishful thinking. Well, anyways, people, like I said, man, I am a full-time online fitness coach. If you want to get started in your fitness journey, shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Now, if you want to start doing lives, you're going to have to let me know, people. Let me know. Send me some topics that you want to chop it up on. That way, when I go in there, because you got to keep in mind, I'm new to this stuff. I guarantee I'm not going to bite down on my tongue. I'm going to let people have it. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'll keep it cordial. Let's just keep it that way. You know what I mean? Cordial and respectful. You know what I mean? That's all I respect from anybody else. But like I said, on this trial run, this live that I want to do, I need to hear from my audience, man. So you're going to have to go down there in the comments and leave me a comment to say, run that live. And I will run it. You know what I mean? We'll do a trial run. And then we'll take it from there, you know. And after that, depending how good it goes, will depend if I will start doing lives before my 10,000. You know, so this is going to be a pre-run, a sample run. You know what I mean? Bear with me. I have never did one, so I really don't know how to do them. I've done them on Instagram. You know what I mean? But YouTube may be a little bit different. And more than likely, when I do it, I'll probably be in a different location. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, anyways, people, I rambled on, and that's what this cat does right here. I'm the motherfucking rambler, baby. You know, I bounce around. Like I said, it's a fitness channel. I start off talking about fitness, nutrition, or overall health in general, and then I usually end with a story or elaborating on somebody else's story. And today, I don't think I'm going to elaborate on anybody, even though I have some people that I can elaborate on. But I'm going to let it be. You know what I mean? Because I'm not that one to pull people's covers. You know what I mean? If they've gained their audience that believe in them, it is what it is. But if it's a topic where they're extremely leading people in the incorrect way, you know, that's going to end up bringing harm to them, then I'll speak on it. You know what I mean? Because that's absolutely wrong. You know what I mean? There's a lot of individuals that will lead people and make them believe that things are done a certain way, and then, you know, they have their audience really supports them, and, you know, and they're just setting them up for failure. You know, that's something like that. If I come across that, I will speak on that. You know what I mean? That's the only time, and I don't even call that pulling covers. That's just, you know, I let people know the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Because ain't nothing worse than it's kind of like when like what I spoke on the other day about the homies. You know, when you're doing time behind them walls, you get there, you know, you got a homie that comes in from the calles, and he's a known dope fiend in the street, but he came in with a little bit of dope. Now he's somebody in there. You know what I mean? And he becomes part of the casa right there. You know what I mean? I'm not going to put the titles out there the way we label it. You know what I mean? Because if you don't know, you don't need to know. He becomes part of the casa, and, you know, he's still indulging with his shenanigans. Eventually his bag's going to run out. You know what I mean? Eventually the homies are going to cut him loose. But what I tend to see a lot too is homies keep on feeding them. Now they're charging them. You know what I mean? And knowing that this individual has no one to look out for him from the calles, because they know this individual from the calles. They're, you know, giving this fool credit, this and that. Eventually they're gonna run out of favors to ask of him. You know what I mean? And this fool's gonna be stuck with a big ass bill. What's gonna happen? That fool's gonna get something put in him. You know what I mean? And more than likely, if this dude's up on a little bit of game, what this fool's probably gonna end up doing is just running for that gate, running for the doors and rolling it up. You know what I'm saying? Or do a PC move to get rolled up out of there. And now, you know, I never understood that, man. But let's not lead people the wrong way, man. You know what I mean? What do you benefit on that? You know what I mean? That shit is wrong. You know, encourage people to do the right thing. You know, if you have a blueprint to success, share it with people. That's what I do. You know what I mean? I have a blueprint to success, man. Like I said, I went from fat to fit to ripped. I went from homeless to incarceration to addictions to where I'm at today. I'm a proud homeowner. I'm a proud landlord. I own a rental property and I own my own home. You know, so I was able to break them limited beliefs, because coming from where I come from, we've never, ever had that in our dreams of owning our own home. I'm the first one in my family to do that. You know what I mean? I'm the baby of the family of 8 siblings. And, you know, I don't go brag and boast. As a matter of fact, you know, there's some of my family members that don't even know that I'm a homeowner. They think that I'm renting. They come to my pad and they think I'm the renter. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna do it. And there's reasons why I don't share it with people. For those of you that's come up with the same background as me, you know what I'm talking about. Family could be ruthless. They feel like they're entitled. You know what I mean? I love my family to death, but coming from the background that I come from, you know what I mean? I mean, my family's pretty well off already now where they're at. They're stable what they're doing, you know what I mean? They're locked in. But yeah. Well, anyways, people, I do have a blueprint to success, man. If you need help breaking them limited beliefs, shoot me that DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. And like I said, let's get a live going. But I still have that goal for the 10,000 subscribers, because with the 10,000 subscribers, I will do lives at least once a week, guaranteed. And then we'll take it from there. After that once a week, shit, we could get our weekend boogie on, baby. We'll do it Friday and Saturday. And you guys know I usually crash out by 8:30, man. So get this motherfucking channel up to 10,000 subscribers, and I will start staying up with you guys. Ain't nothing to it but to do it, baby. You can't talk about it. You just got to be about it. Now, with that being said, let's get some results for you, man. Let's do this. Now, get up and get yours.